Hello, ladies and gentlemen, my name's StepsBasic and welcome back to my community show. I'm just going to sing it in different ways, just to make it more annoying for myself when I'm editing and I have to go over and over the same spot like several times. Anyway, today, for those of you who don't know, the community show is a show where I sit down for 15 minutes and take a break from playing video games and talk about video games and the community and something that just occurs to my brain at the time to talk. Because I haven't talked about things. Because I like to talk about things. That's what I meant to say. Anyway, so today, I know we all have enjoyable pursuits in our lives. Things we like to do. We like to work on cars. We like to play the sports. We like to dance. We like to sing. These sorts of things can be considered our passions. And it's fairly accurate to say that video games are a passion of mine. And yes, I really enjoy my video games. Hence the fact that it would be accurate to say that. Anyway, but saying that video games are a passion of mine seems to severely undercut calling anything else a passion of mine, because while I do enjoy video games and will play them, and as you know, I've dedicated this entire channel to video games and the video games and the community surrounding video games, the passion I have for video games pales in any comparison when compared to my passion for creativity. And yes, if you haven't guessed, that's our topic for today: passion and talent. Now, I've made allusions to this before and come right out and said it rather than just alluding to it. When I started my YouTube career here, I was not particularly talented at it. Yeah, I talked like a robot. It was great. It was so bad that I had to introduce a character like on my first video ever to make fun of myself because of how badly I was at it. But over the year, I have gotten significantly better at it. And that's the thing about talent, is you can never really rely on talent to carry you through things. And yes, there are some people with an innate talent born to them, and often, and sometimes I should say, people are passionate about things that they're talented about. But you should not only be passionate about things that you're good at. I wrote a script. I should follow my script so I don't ramble. So, I know that's really confusing and very out there way to describe what I'm talking about, but I had gotten into this conversation recently with some friends of mine on the Discord server there regarding talent and whatnot, and they were saying I'm not talented at anything, and I'm like, well, do you think I started out being able to write 3 books? No. I started out writing a 3-page story about a leprechaun named Pat. It's one of the first books I ever wrote. But I wish I could remember more about that book. In fact, I wish I had more of it. I wish I had it, not more of it. Anyway, confusing. But I had a passion for writing, and I still have a passion for writing. I will write till the day I die if I can help it. In fact, even now I'm writing. That's a lie. I wasn't writing. I grabbed this pencil off the table and just had my book with me. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. But I literally write every day, and not just stories or anything. Sometimes I'll get an idea for something, I'll be like, ooh, that sounds pretty cool. I just scribbled all over my script. Anyway, but that's the sort of thing, you can't expect to be good at things you're passionate about. You can expect to dedicate a lot of time to them, and that will in turn make you better at doing them. That in no way means you're going to be as good as the greatest, but at least you're doing what you're trying to do. At least you're enjoying what you're doing. Jesus Christ, man, I'm speaking like that. Anyway, at least you enjoy doing it, and that's the important part. Now, will I ever be published? For goodness sake, hope so, because I got some good stories and everyone thinks I'm an amazing writer. That's not just me saying that. In fact, I rarely ever say that, except when I follow up to say that's not me saying that, that's everyone else saying it. I'm pretty good at writing. That's what I think. I think I'm pretty good at writing. I don't think I'm the best, and I don't think even as good as the big names that we all know, like Stephen King and Clive Baker and all them other fancy people. But I'm pretty good. I enjoy it and I do really well. Also, I can draw. Not badly. My singing could use some work, but, apart from that, it's just a creativity, and I enjoy every facet of creativity. While writing is my favorite, I still enjoy all the other ones. But talent doesn't come from passion, and passion doesn't mean you're going to be good at it. I mean, I enjoy a good game of basketball, but I can't play for beans. And that's the sort of thing that people got to remember these days. They often, these days especially, is a lot of the whole instant gratification aspect and idea of what people look for in their lives. They look for, I want things to be working out now. I want things to be perfect now. No, you got to aim, you got to work, you got to strive for what you want. And instant gratification, while on occasions can be a good thing, is generally more disappointing in the long run. Because I'll tell you what, if I could immediately write any story I want, just right now, bam, and get it published, I wouldn't enjoy it nearly as much as I've enjoyed, like, my first book, like, full-length feature novel that I want to get published, took me over a year to write. And that's not counting how many times I've restarted it, how many times I have completely revised it, because technically, from start to finish, when I sat down to write it and finished writing it, it was a year long. But the story itself actually stems from a dream I had when I was a kid. And I was like 10 years old, and I spent all the intervening time writing that story, scrapping that story. First iteration of the story was actually 1,000 handwritten pages. And I hated it, so I threw it away. But I kept the idea. And I've worked on the idea, I've revised the idea, and the idea has come to what I have now, which is about 300 pages of awesome, in my opinion, of course. I didn't start out being an amazing author. If I did, I probably wouldn't enjoy it nearly as much, because it's what do you call it? It's a process, and I enjoy the process. I enjoy brainstorming. I enjoy revising. I enjoy looking at something and saying, what was I thinking when I wrote this? I enjoy looking at it and saying, you're a writer. You should be able to spell words properly. And grammar should be a thing. And why the heck are you using so many darn commas? It's a process. And if I was spectacular at writing, if I was the best there ever has been and ever will be, then I wouldn't enjoy the process nearly as much. I enjoy hard work. I enjoy working on my passion. And yes, I do have some innate talent in it. Namely, I have a good memory and a good great creative mind. I can think of interesting things to put down. I'm not the best. I may at some point be better than what we have today, but I'll probably never be Shakespeare. I'll probably never be, definitely never be Homer. For those of you who don't know who Homer is, he's the one who wrote the Iliad and the Odyssey. Anyway, those were epic poems, not really stories, but they were pretty stories. Anyway, that's enough of that. Passion without talent it's not a thing. You don't need to have a talent for your passion. As long as you enjoy doing something, do it. Don't expect to be spectacular. Don't even expect other people to like what you do. If you like what you do, that's all that matters. As long as, of course, it doesn't break the law and you don't kill anybody. Because, then it does kind of matter what other people think. And you should probably stop doing that. Anyway, that's about all I got to say today. Wrote a script, didn't even follow it. That's 3 episodes now. I went off script and just blah. I guess it doesn't really matter too much. People like my rambles. At least one person likes my rambles. They said it today. They're like, hey, I like your video. It was funny. I'm like, thanks. Did you like it because I rambled? Like, yeah, kind of. I'm like, sweet. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this episode. If you enjoyed it, please go out and poke that like button for me. And I should probably apologize for the length of this because I usually like to go from 10 to 15 minutes, and I don't think this made it 10 minutes yet. But I do have a lot to do today, so you'll have to forgive me, and I love you. Anyway, if you'd like to, you can leave some comments down below, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can, when I can, if I can, you know, all that jazz. And tune in at next time when I have a video about something else that I want to ramble about. Actually, I think I have an idea for what I wanted to write about. I just have to write it down and make sure I get it down before I forget. Wow, that was fast, and I didn't even stutter. And until then, night.